All right. There we are, folks. We are live in Project Zomboid. There we go. All right. So we're continuing our adventure here with Andre, our character. That's not what I like. There we go. Andre Benner. There. And he's losing weight pretty bad, so we're going to have to keep working on that. Let's check our inventory. Let's see. We got plenty of water. Got some magazines we need to finish reading. It's like 9 a.m. Got some stuff we need to offload and deal with. Alright. What about in here? Got these rotten onion rings, which we also need to process. Okay. I'll actually just toss these in here real quick. So let's go ahead and read these magazines, just get them out of our inventory. Oh, good. We finally got some magazines that will teach us some farming stuff. That's good, because we got some seeds, and I wouldn't mind getting some farming going. The other thing I kind of want to do is get a composter going so we can actually start getting rid of some of this rotten stuff we've got. But that's going to be kind of a longer-term project here. Alright, I'm going to finish reading these couple books real quick. There we go. That's all fine. Fine. Let's go ahead and read this one. This will help us with some of the cars, so we can do maintenance work more easily. Should be good, especially since we want that van. Now, we still got to figure out where we're going to get some fuel. Alright. There we go. That's done. I'm going to throw these rags in the fanny pack, because this is kind of my medical slash, emergency item fanny pack here. We're going to throw these batteries over here. There we go. Alright, let's come over here. We got to... Yeah, we'll just throw the extra books in here real quick. We don't honestly need that ID card. These magazines. There we go. That, or the beanie. We'll keep the flashlight just because it's a good light source in case we go exploring in the dark. Alright, let's see here. Anything in here we need to eat? Yeah, we got some stuff we need to get rid of. Let's see here. Yeah, we're kind of hungry, so let's see what we can do. Can we make a stir fry? Can. But let's see what's in the freezer real quick that we can move up. Let's move one of these up into the fridge there. And now we got a lot of meat in here. Let's throw one of these pieces of bacon up into the fridge. Start letting that stuff defrost a little bit. Cool. Now, let's come over to here. Where's our frying pan? There it is. Stir fry. Let's use some of this bologna real quick. Alright. Stir fry. Let's add... We'll add a bit more bologna real quick. And we're trying to use up all this, stale bologna. We don't want it just sitting around, taking up inventory space in our fridge and rotting on us. Let's see here. What else we got? Now we can add some common mallow there. We can add some salt. Add a little bit of soy sauce. And let's add a little bit of vinegar as well. Alright. Now let's come over here and let's cook this sucker. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go, hit the wrong button. I keep forgetting how it moves things around a little bit when you throw stuff in there. Having a stir fry for breakfast. I'm gonna have to look at my cooking recipes. Let's see here. Cut bacon into strips. Yeah, that's interesting. So we can actually cut up bacon now. No, we can make meat patties from ground beef. Okay, can we make ground beef? We can make maki. I don't have all those ingredients, but, you know, we could. Alright. Oh, let's see here. Omelet. Oop. Crap. Oh, it's not done yet. Okay, good, good, good. I was a little worried. It had overcooked on me there for a second. No, we do seem to have a decent number of cooking recipes. Come on. And done. Alright, we're going to grab that. Turn that off. And we're just going to eat this whole thing, a stir fry. There we go. Alright. Let's put our frying pan away because we don't need to take it with us. Alright. Contains water, seltzer water. Alright, cool. So we got plenty of water. That did not give us much food, did it? Alright, so let's go check our map real quick. We're right here. Now, there's some stuff up this way that I thought about investigating. We did make it over to here, and there's a little food store over there. And there's definitely some more commercial stuff down this way, but that area is all heavily infested. So I kind of want to work my way back over in this way. And just see if we can't find something over that way. Let's see here. My claw hammer is not in the best of shape. So I have to keep an eye on things. We're also going to have to do some more foraging for food and other things. Because my character's cooking skills aren't bad, but... Let's see here. We got some zombies we need to get rid of. Let's get rid of these unfortunate neighbors. There we go. That's that one down. Alright. Next zombie. There we go. Come on. There we go. Another zombie down. Cool. That's all dealt with. Nothing of interest on them. Well, we got a few more. Not surprising, because we had the helicopter event last stream / episode here. I think it was a stream. And the helicopter event's really kind of messed all the zombies up, got them all moved around. Which is a mild problem for us. There we go. Oh, that one at least went straight down. Alright, where's the other two? Let's see if we can't just draw one of them. Come on. This one's got something stuck in his leg. Come on. Go down, zombie. Go down. There we go. Yeah, there's a large knife. We'll take that. That's actually useful. Where'd his friend go? Alright. What I can't wait for is when they add the NPCs to this game. There we go. Another zombie down. Hold on, let me just adjust my volume a little bit. That's just a little loud. There we go. On y'all's end from the looks of it. There we go. Not seeing anybody around. Good. I think we've cleared this little area. Taking us a lot longer to get started today than I would have liked. Hop over that fence real quick. Right, so we are here. So I kind of want to head this direction. Go kind of around behind these houses here a little bit. Because the van we want's like... Yep. Yeah, there's one right there. Come on, where you at? Figure out the tree. There we go. Alright. Another zombie dealt with. So even these small trees can provide a little bit of a issue with line of sight. Alright. Moving on. Moving on. Welcome to stream, folks. Welcome to stream. Yeah, I know you're in pain, bud. I got you. Yeah, I got... How many we got down here? See, a couple. That's more than a couple. Alright. That's a few more than I thought it was. This looks like... This house might be... Anybody in here? That's not what I wanted. Why did you climb through the window, bud? There we go. Let's climb through the window. No alarm. That's what I like. Let's equip that back in our secondary. Don't want to leave our suitcase. A bank litter. Let's see here. Improve your house. Yeah. Got some wine. Nice. We'll take that with us. We can use that for cooking. What about on this thing? Sheet of paper, CD player, nothing we really care about there. Any closet zombie? No, no closet zombie. Harmonica briefcase. How does that compare to our suitcase? Alright, so the suitcase gives us a capacity of 16 with an encumbrance reduction of 50. The briefcase gives us 8 with an encumbrance of... Okay, yeah, no, so no. Suitcase, the briefcase is terrible. Alright, zombie in here. Handgun case. Ooh, it's got stuff in it, too. Let's put that... Come on. Onto the floor with you. And in here we've got 2 revolvers. We'll take both of those. So we got some ammunition. And a gun. There we go. That's a little bit of a come up in the world. Zombies in here? No. We got a diary and some perfume. And we got a bunch of friends outside. Ooh, we got a bunch. We seem to have found a bunch of friends here. Ooh, my. I forgot how infested this area was. But we're going to go for a bit of a walk, then. 'Cause I'm not going to stop and try and fight all these fine zombies. It's a little more than we wanted to bite off today. So let's head this way a little bit. We'll just take them on a nice walk around town. A nice jolly jog around the area. Well, not jog, but, you know. Everyone needs a little bit of exercise here and there. Good for the zombies. Good for me. Maybe it'll help us clear out the area a little bit, give us a chance to find something of use. Let's see here. What kind of place is this? Oh, this is that grocery store we saw. There's a few back there. We're just going to do a quick drive-by of the truck here. See what we find. Anything in the bed of the truck? Nothing I see immediately available that we need, but there's a lot of stuff in there we want. What's on the ground here? Ground? Sledgehammer. Alright, we want that sledgehammer. Yeah. Back off, zombie. Alright. We're going to keep going this way. So we got a police car there. Unfortunately, I can't really see very well what we've got down this way. This looks like a little Central Park area. We've got some zombies kind of milling about. It looks like we've somehow managed to lose most of the zombies following us. Oh, see, that one was sneaking up on us. Alright. This is no longer a fight we should stay in. Let's see what's up this way then. There's a whole bunch of zombies over there. Look at all that. You can hear them all over the place. Still a few following us. Let's get up here. See if we can't find kind of a quiet area. Maybe thin out the herd following us a little bit. Especially because our character is so hungry right now. Be nice if we could find a little something to eat. Like, I'd like to get into this house over here. It looks like we might be able to do so. I'm not seeing any immediate zombies. We might have lost them. Oh, this house is unlocked. Let's close it for a second. It's not a smart thing to do, necessarily. Alright, we got some food, maybe? We got some peanut butter. We'll take the peanut butter. Weirdly, I'll take the saucepan. I don't think I have a saucepan. Let's see your freezer. Ooh, got some frozen stuff we'll take into the food sling. Got some more stuff we'll take into the food sling here. Alright. Not much in the way of non-perishables, though. That's unfortunate. Bathroom zombie? No bathroom zombie. Gotta watch out for them bathroom zombies. Ooh, adhesive tape is useful. You can use that to fix some stuff. Now, the real question is, what's upstairs? This strikes me as the kind of house that has zombies upstairs, maybe. Or not. Got a key of some sort. But my keychain is full. Another key. Catalog. Doodle of a landmark. Yeah, nothing Nothing of great value here. What about in here? Bathroom? Toilet paper, evasion, caffeine pills. That could be useful. Nothing there really that we need. What about in here? Ants? No, alright. Okay. The only place left to check up here is the upstairs closet. Got a flag and some rope. We'll take the rope. The rope's useful. Alright, let's see here. What about that key? Is there any way for me to take that key? Yeah, unfortunately that's full, so let's just throw that in my pocket then. I suspect that key may go to the shed out back. We're going to find out. Alright. Nobody waiting in the yard on us. It's a good sign. Alright. Are you an unlocked shed? Don't see any, didn't hear any response from the shed. Shed is both locked and appears to have no entrance. Okay, so what does that key go to then? Well, it doesn't go to that shed. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. Did we get any food I could just eat? And we'll eat this bread. And we'll also eat this creamsicle. Yeah, that helped. Now let's eat that. Because that'll help offset the sadness. And... Well... Okay. Well, we're a bit sad, but that's... He's just gonna have to deal with being sad for a bit. Though, to be fair, I'm not sure what he's sad about. I personally like bread. You know, if it was the only thing I'd ever, was eating every day, then yeah, that'd make me a bit sad. But, you know, sometimes you just want a slice of bread. You gotta be honest. That's not what I wanted. What are we doing, game? Okay. What is this? This is like a trash can? A planter? What is that? Alright, how are we looking in here? It looks like one of those wine boxes. Oh, this house is unlocked. Yeah, it is a wine box. And a whiskey box. These people that lived in this house decided they were going to go out with a little bit of a party, I guess. I got a dirty bandage. I'll take the dirty bandage just because we can wash it. You know, alright. But maybe we got some more food in here. Maybe I've looted this house already. Oh, I've got a ginger ale. Take the ginger ale. Empty glass, carving fork. Here we go. Some chips, onion powder, chickpeas. Nice. We're getting set up to do a little cooking. Ooh, yeast. There we go. Copper kettle. Huh. I don't think we actually have a pair of kitchen tongs, so I'll take those. Kind of want that copper kettle. We'll throw that in the suitcase. No, we'll take the pots just because we can use those to store extra water before the water goes out on us here. Alright, did we check everything here? Did we check this one? That one? Yep. Stove? Nothing. Glass, bottle opener. Fridge. Yeah, okay, nothing in the fridge. Alright, so we've checked everything there. I do feel kind of like we've been here before. Just from how empty things are. Ooh, basic reloading. Yes, please. Okay, nothing to read on that one. Wristwatch, sheet of paper, nothing there. Okay. What about on this bookshelf? Just pen and pencil. It's a very full pen and pencil bookshelf. some bleach plunger. Oop, there we go. Probably one of my weirdest runs. I ended up like killing several zombies with the plunger. It's kind of a joke. All right. Oh yes, American Vacations. That's definitely what we need right now. We'll take this word magazine here, this word search magazine. That'll help us out. Our character's not feeling super happy right now. Don't care about the pins. What about this? What do we got here? Diary, value tech radio, box of tissues. Ooh, got another gun. No ammo in it, though. Unfortunate. And here we've got some hair gel, mirror, alcohol wipes. Good to have. There we go. What about over here? Macbeth. I mean, not a bad thing to have. Dice, yo-yo, knee pads. Oh, come on. There we go. D20. Yes! I'm taking the D20. I have no need for the D20, but I'm taking the D20. You know, and we'll take the percentile dice as well. Why not? We'll run a D&D game in the apocalypse. That is how we will pass our time and make everybody happy. Ooh, watering can is actually nice, though. And so is the whetstone. We'll take the whetstone, and we'll take the watering can. There we go. Yeah, I know, we're encumbered. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop grabbing stuff. Well, it wasn't the stuff we were looking for, but we got some useful things to have for later. Now, the real problem is going to be, you know, getting back to the house. What is this sliding glass door, I think? Okay, so that's the dog's house back there that we're seeing. I wonder if we can hop this fence. Yes, we can. Alright. This house has been busted up. There's some zombies back there, so we're going to avoid that. Because we're so encumbered right now, we don't want to be fighting. You know, matter of fact, we're just going to go north, around. And avoid those zombies that were over here. There's some more zombies inside that house. Okay, nobody around. Good, good. Let's check out these cars real quick. I don't expect to have like anything of great value. Just an empty fountain cup. But you never know. You might find something like a fuel can with some fuel in it. This one's like locked. About this side. Okay, what about this side? Door open? Nope. So this car we're gonna have to like break into. What about you? Yeah, we can't get into this one either. Alright, let's get back to those. Maybe we can salvage some parts off of them, help improve our chances with the van. Let's eat this cherry. And let's also eat these chips here. They'll help us feel a bit better, as well as reduce our load. There we go. Yeah, we found some more friends. Alright, so let's head north, see if we can't lose them in this little patch of trees here. Because sometimes they'll wander into trees like that and they'll kind of start getting lost. It doesn't really take that many trees to, you know, knock a few zombies off the trail. I can still hear some of them back there. Alright. But at least we're not so overloaded now that we're actually taking injuries from it. There we go. Hop over this fence real quick. There's still a couple back there, but we're going to see if they follow us. We'll see if they follow us. Doesn't look like they are, but we can't be too sure. Alright. Give me just a second, folks. Cool. How's our hammer doing? There it is. Yeah, this hammer's not going to last too much longer. We're going to have to replace it soon as a weapon. Alright, here we are. Sweet home. Okay, buildings. Well, actually, let's go deal with the food first. The food's more important. Alright, so frozen stuff. Like this meat, these sausages, and these steaks. Those go in the frozen food section there. Alright, and then in the fridge, we got like the milk, the hamburger buns, the cheese. Throw the soda in there just because I like my sodas cold, personally. There we go. Alright, anything in here that's food? No. In here? Nope. And what about in here? I mean, I got the wine and the whiskey, so we'll throw the wine and the whiskey over here in the pantry. Here we go. Where's the rest of my wine? There it is. There we go. Okay. That's that. Now we'll come over here and deal with building supplies and crafting materials. So the tape, and yeah, it's just the tape out of this bag. This thing is full. I forgot. I filled her up. All right, what about this box? This box got some space in it, so tape. Not much space, though. Good lord. I'm running out of space for stuff. We'll take the large knife, the rope, and the whetstone. Those can all go in here. Yeah, at least I thought they could. Knife won't. Well, we'll put the knife in the kitchen then. Actually, let's unpack the knife first. Let's unpack that. There we go. Now let's come over here to the sink. Let's just wash everything real quick here. Wash. We'll go all bandages first. And all weapons. There we go. And feel free to chat in the chat, folks. I am watching the chat. Let's see here. All containers. All clothing. I like to get everything nice and clean. Just helps keep our character happier and healthier. Because you can get something called like corpse illness in this. And that's something they added a few updates back. And that's, I know you get it specifically from being around, you know, the dead bodies too much, which is part of the reason you kind of want to keep them away from your main base. You know, bury them, burn them, whatever you decide to do with them. But I don't know. I know the blood on your clothing and yourself has to do with like whether or not you get sick from injuries and stuff. We are thirsty. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and drink. And then fill. Actually, let's just do all, because what we'll do is we'll store away the extra water. There we go. So I'm doing this, since I don't have any way of gathering water naturally right now, I'm basically storing away what water I can in pots and pans and stuff. There we go. Alright. One more. Yeah, this one's going to hold a lot. I'm probably just going to put this one over here in the corner. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. That's in my inventory, isn't it? Yeah, so let's just put that on the floor. And let's just grab these and put those on the floor. There we go. Anything in here? Some sleeping pills and stuff. Alright. Cool. Looks like we got all the water sorted. So that's some extra water stored up for us. Let's grab these things here and throw these into the dry goods. There we go. Shouldn't be so over encumbered like it says we are. Oh, I still got all this stuff in here. The tongs can go in here too, because I brought them for the kitchen. The alcohol wipes can go... Well, hold on. I should move some stuff around here. What has got this thing so full? Well, it only holds one encumbrance worth of stuff. It's all these bandages, so... Okay. That's alright. We'll move the alcohol wipes over to here, into the sling. Alright. Let's go put away these guns real quick. This is going to be... This one will be the gun cabinet. So, left one will be the gun cabinet. There we go. Alright. There we go. Nice gun cabinet. Yeah, so we don't have any 9mm, but we have enough we could actually use both revolvers. Either one. They're both in pretty good shape, too. Our character is not skilled at all with guns, though. So that's going to be a whole thing. Alright, let's see what we can do for dinner. Can we make a salad or anything? Vary it up a little bit. Make a salad. Kind of. We can kind of make a salad. It's not going to be a great salad. Stir fry. We got a little more options for stir fry. Here we go. So let's do bacon. Alright, let's see what else we got. So let's add some peas. There we go. Let's also add a sausage. And we'll also add some onion powder. There we go. That'll be good. This is gonna be a good stir fry. Alright, let's go ahead and add... We'll go ahead and add the bologna. It's not like the best ingredient. There we go. We'll add some of this mallow. And some salt. And a little bit of vinegar. I must run out of soy sauce. Alright, there we go. That'll help out a lot. Alright, let's turn this sucker on. Let's throw this in there. But yeah, that's going to help our hunger out a lot. Hopefully we'll start getting some weight back on our character, because we're still, like, losing weight. It's not a good thing to be doing. Hurts our overall fitness and strength. And what's scary is my character's not on, like, a super unbalanced diet either. Alright. Oh, that cooks. Let's look at our map real quick and see where we made it. So we kind of made it over around into this area. We didn't make it as far as I wanted. The zombies have that area under heavy control. And all this is farmland out that way. This whole getting fuel thing's gonna be interesting. And while I could do something like install a mod that let me make biofuel out of zombie corpses, I'm not gonna cheese it that way. Yeah, maybe if I do a modded playthrough or something. But not on this one. Alright, come on. Man, we are staying up super late tonight. Let's grab that. Let's turn that off. And let's just eat the whole thing. It's way more food than you should eat in one sitting, but at this point my character needs the calories and all that. There we go. Let's put this away. Nice. How heavy is this large knife? It's not too bad. Alright, there we go. We'll just leave all that as is. Let's head upstairs to our bedroom. Come on, close the door, please. Door. There it goes. Alright. Let's go ahead and do our nightly routine of burpees. Because we got to keep our fitness going here. There we go. Let's go ahead and re-equip everything. Wear on the front. Wear. Secondary. Primary. There we go. That'll help with the weight. And sleep. Yep, we're going to sleep. We're going to wake up super late, though, with as tired as our character is. It's going to be... We're going to waste like half the day. We might as well just spend this day foraging for extra food and stuff. And as a matter of fact, I think that's what we might do. Yeah, we're just going to go out foraging, burn through this day pretty quick here. Because without an alarm, we couldn't, like, make our character wake up at a certain time. So let's just go straight into foraging here. And we're going to go forage kind of on the forest edge over here. You never know, we might get lucky and find a gas can full of gas. Super unlikely. But technically not impossible. Let's look both ways for zombies. Alright, let's see if we find anything here. Our character's pretty decent at foraging, so... Well, we got some wild carrots, looks like. Pick up these wild berries, throw them in our sling. Put them in our sling. That was a good find there. Those wild carrots and berries, they'll help us out a lot with our food variety. There we go. What do we got over here? Oh, we got all kinds of stuff over here. What's this? Old newspaper. Throw that in the suitcase. Millipede we'll throw in the suitcase. What's this? A log. Will that fit in the suitcase? Okay, yeah, that fits in the suitcase. That's hilarious. Alright, what's this? What do we have here? Hemp dog bane. We'll put that in the suitcase as well. I think we can use that to make rope. Oh, what do we got here? Wild cabbage. Into the sling with you. And we got some seeds for it. Nice. That's going to be important if we want to do, like, super long-term survival. Alright. Gotta be more goods out here. And that log's good because that's going to let us make some more boards, which you can use to kind of continue fortifying our house and stuff here. Oh, we've got another wild cabbage. Nice. What do we got here? Cricket? We'll throw that in the suitcase. So I grabbed these bugs because I use them for, like, either emergency food or even, like, fishing bait. And the main problem I've got is I've got nowhere to go fishing right now. And my character is not particularly skilled at trapping. So, what do we got here? What's this? Wild rosemary. Alright. Nice. So there's some rosemary for us. Oh, what's this over here? We got a broken branch. We'll throw it in the suitcase. If nothing else, we can use it to make like a handle or, you know, use it for firewood. Oh, we saw something over here. There it is. What's this? Violets. Violets are good. That's a food source. They can go nicely in a salad. They add some flavor, not really a whole lot of calories or anything. Oh, what do we got here? We've got some basil. Nice. Alright. We're getting some good seasonings. We're getting some vegetables. Got a few fruit. We got another caterpillar. Again, I'm going to need to make like... I'm going to have to make like a bird trap or something to start using. Yeah, I know. You're over-encumbered, dude. You don't feel good. I gotcha. What do we got here? Another caterpillar. Alright. I'm mostly grabbing the caterpillars because it does generate foraging XP. Not very much, but some. Still in forest here. Oh, we got something over here. What's this? That's a centipede. We'll throw that in the suitcase. Again, fishing bait. Or emergency food for us. You can't eat them. Your character does not like it, but you can. What's this? Oh, that's a large branch. I'll throw that in the satchel. Getting kind of heavy. I want to find a little bit more food, personally. Oop, sharp rock, though. We will take that. Sharp rock is good. Well, it's now a flint flake, is what they go with. Yeah, so let's disable search mode and get back to base and offload a bit. Because we've kind of gone over the limit just a hair here. How are we doing on water? We're still okay on water. Yeah, see, like we can use all this for fishing. Main problem is I don't have anywhere to fish because I haven't found water yet. Like a lake or something. Actually, this would be a good place to do a little bit of searching. This is a place where you can find like all kinds of like crops and seeds and stuff. Because this is farmland. The good news is foraging also kind of helps tire out your character. See, there's some plantain right there. This is good because it's a medical leaf that you can use for making medicines. Something over here. What's this? Another wild cabbage. Man. It's a day of cabbages. What's this? We got lemongrass. Put that in the sling. We'll put these mushrooms in the sling as well, because those are non-poisonous ones from the looks of it. We'll take the twigs. The twigs are also useful. Good for starting a fire. Because at some point we are going to have to look at like building an actual cooking area outside, because the power will go out. Oh, we got some poppies. The poppies are good for, you know, certain medicines, I believe. They also just look nice. Another caterpillar. Just throw him in with the other fishing bait. I wonder if I can use them as bait on, like, the bird traps I know you can make. I'm going to check that. Oh, what do we got here? Lavender. Lavender's good to have. A very calming plant, for those who are curious. Well, it should be, like... I mean, I might just have to hop the fence. Can't remember if there's a way through the fence up here or not. Alright. Now our house should be just kind of like down this way a little bit. I'm going to keep foraging even though my character is kind of overburdened right now. Just because right now, extra food's not a bad idea. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Some more twigs. This is also technically training up our strength stat by carrying too much weight. It's kind of like Kinshi in that respect, that if you carry more weight, your character levels up their strength faster. To an extent, but of course in this one, you also take health damage if you get over a certain load, which we're at that point. Alright, we're almost back though. We're almost back. We can see the house on the minimap. There we go. So I'm going to turn that off because it's not going to do us much good around here. Especially because I've kind of foraged this area out previously. It hasn't had enough time to grow new forageables or anything like that. Let's go. You know what? I'll just go in here. In this box, you can have the log. Here, have a log. This is where I'm going to use the log anyways. Have the stick. I was right, this can be used for rope making. Alright, cool. You know what? I'll just throw all of that in here too. I don't need that on me per se. Same with the dog bane. There we go. This large branch as well. Oh, I didn't put away my dice. That's what I forgot to do. There we go. Anything in here? Nope. And in here, this is all food stuff. So let's see here. Seeds. Cabbage, plantain. Lavender, lemongrass. Rosemary. All the seeds can go in this box for now. There we go. That's the wrong button. I don't know why I'm trying to exit the inventory screen like that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Cold stuff. Alright. Basil, berries, cabbage, carrots, lavender, lemongrass, mushrooms. All these lovely herbs and plants. You can go into here. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Now, let's feed our character real quick. We could probably actually make a nice salad right now. Create a salad. We're going to use this cabbage. There we go. And then we're going to add to the salad some of this bread. Use it like croutons, you know. And then we'll add some of these peas, because why not? They're green. They're vegetable. They can go to salad. We'll even add some ham, because you don't have to cook the ham. The ham's already pre-cooked. There we go. Some grapes. Grapes go nicely in a salad. And, ooh, I'll add some violets. That'll be good. Let's add some thistles. I've never eaten a thistle before. If someone's eaten one, let me know how they are. Gotta have some cheese. Cheese goes nicely in a salad. And we'll add some of this common mallow. you know, it's normally used for fighting colds, but we're using it as a nice, you know, seasoning. Some basil. Get rid of the stale basil before it gets worse. We'll add a little bit of pickle, because why not? And we'll also add some lavender, if I can get my mouse over to it. Go. And then a little bit of onion powder for some onion flavoring. And we'll add a little bit of mustard and mayonnaise as kind of an impromptu seasoning. I know that might seem a little odd to people, but it's what they normally put on like a Cuban sandwich if you ever buy like a Cuban sandwich. They do a mix of mustard and mayonnaise. There we go. That's like everything we could put on there that didn't need to be cooked. Now we're just going to chow down on that. Nice balanced meal. It's got a bit of protein, got some carbs. No, I mean, all that's kind of carbs. Yep. Hold on. Got a bot in the channel there. There we go. Cool. Alright. There we go. Our character's all nice and fed. Let's put that away. Let's come over here. Let's refill our water bottles. And we'll just refill all those. We're tired. We've burned a lot of energy doing all that foraging today. The other thing I'm going to do real quick. Oh, yeah, I've got to get rid of these bugs. Give me your bugs. Where are my bugs? I know I stored them all somewhere. They don't eat the food in the fridge, so you can just store them in the fridge. I've been doing that to keep them fresh. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we're a little exhausted, so that's fine. We're going to go upstairs real quick. Go to our bedroom. And I think we'll work on reading a book for a little bit. And put away our dice. There we go. Go in there, dice. There we go. I forgot we were carrying. We had a double-barrel shotgun up here that we found. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this Basics of Reloading book. That's a new one to me. I don't think I've actually seen that one before. I guess that goes into... Let's see here. Where is it? That comes. I guess it goes into this one. Increase the speed you reload firearms magazines. Alright. There are actually, so people may not know this, there are actually skills that do pertain to how well you reload and stuff. One of the fastest pistol shooters in the world actually entirely used revolvers, weirdly enough. I think he still holds the world record for, like, fastest accurate shots, or something like that. It's like some crazy, like, you know, several hundred shots in a minute, or whatever, with a revolver. Alright, so we're good. So let's go ahead and do our evening exercise. I know our character's not happy about it, but needs to be done. Got to do our daily burpees. There we go. Let's go ahead and just power through them. Close. There we go. Got to put all our stuff back on. I do kind of wish that he would auto re-equip the stuff he took off when you do the exercise, though. One kind of like, you know, gripe, I guess. But, you know, maybe that's something that someone could fix. Alright, now we'll just sleep through the night. And this should kind of fix our sleep schedule for our character here. But I hope everybody's having a good day so far. Oh, it's raining. There we go. Why are we panicked? Alarmed and jumpy. We're on edge. What's going on, character? Why are we jumpy? Why are we jumpy? None of the windows are broken. We're on edge. Here, we'll close that up just to be double sure. There we go. I wonder if the storm spooked our character. Alright, well, let's get our character, chilled out a little bit here. He's a little hungry anyways. So I have a nice little salad for breakfast. We'll do ham. And we'll add cabbage. We'll add some bread. Come on. There we go. Do a little more violets for seasoning. Some more peas. Just keep our nutrition all nice and balanced. And actually, I think we'll even throw in an extra piece of ham here. There we go. And let's see here. Ooh, the grape leaves would be good. Be kind of like a lettuce, almost. A little more basil. Just get this thing nice and seasoned up. Some thistle. I am intentionally eating like the perishable items first. There we go. We'll add the lavender. A little bit of mustard. Let's see here. And a little bit of vinegar. There we go. That's as fancy of a salad as we can make. So let's eat all of that. Maybe this will take some of the edge off here. There we go. He's still a little tense, so let's see what we can do about his tension here. This should help reduce some stress. Let's do this word search. Fortunately, with it being raining out today, not a good day for us to go out and do things, because our character doesn't have a lot of waterproof clothing. Okay, good. That fixed the stress right there. There we go. Good. Very good. Alright. Don't see any zombies out and about. So still not sure why he freaked out there. So let's go ahead and finish up our book here. Let me just power through this book real quick. Man, it is really flooding out there. Hold on. Looks like I'm having a little bit of trouble with my YouTube stream, maybe. Alright, there we go. Throw that in there. Let me check my YouTube stream for a second, folks. Give you just a moment. No, it says it's still going. I don't know what my streaming software was going on about there. Alright. So that's dealt with. How are we doing water-wise? We're doing okay water-wise. Good. Anything else we want to work on over here? No. But I do know one thing I want to do. Let's come out here. What tools we got out here? Got some planks. I don't have nails, do I? That's what I'm out of. I needed nails. Don't I? Oh, let's read this. I just now realized I could read these to learn this growing season. Well, the things you learn. Alright. See, I originally brought these back to make more boards to board up. Oh. That was a meta event I hadn't heard before. That was an automatic weapon in the game. Now, it's not... There's not some NPC out there blasting rounds, but that noise is going to be a problem. Alright, so let's close this door up, just in case a zombie breaks through that window. So I have some screws. Do I have nails? Nails. I don't think I have nails. Well, that is unfortunate. Oh, I can read these. Read. 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 And read. The whole time I could have been learning when I could plant things to grow things and just not paying attention to it. Actually, what is the growing season for that? Let's see here. Discovered recipes. Agriculture. There we go. February, March, April. March, April, May. Chives. March, April, May, June, July, August. Oh, so I could actually be growing chives right now. Except it would take 60 days. I've only got, like, August left. That's not 60 days. April, May. Ooh. But we can plant the flax, though. The flax would be good. So would the hops. Could also plant the lemongrass. And looks like the rosemary would probably be okay. Well, really only like 60 days. It's not the 180 at once. Could do the rye, though. We could also get away with the turnips right now. And if we had winter wheat, we could do the winter wheat. Huh. We could do some farming. Do I have winter wheat? I have wheat. Mint, onion, potatoes. Common mallow, camphor. That's, again, the wrong... I keep trying to exit that. Okay. Well, let's go out here for a second. Let's make sure we didn't have anybody wander up on us. Not seeing any zombies around. So that's good. Alright, so let's go... You know, we're going to do something silly. I know there's some sort of industrial building down here. So we're just going to go down the main road and see if we can't see what's down in this commercial area down here. See if we can't find this gas station. Because once we find the gas station, from there it's just fighting our way through the zombies and clearing out the area. So let's work on locating that gas station, because that's what I said the goal of today was. And so let's do it. We're fed, we're watered, we've got a couple weapons. We got plenty of storage space for if we find some decent goods that we can pilfer easily. And we've already experienced the helicopter event in the previous stream, so... Let's see here, anything? Just check these zombies. Oh, well, we got a zombie. How you doing? Looks like this one's got a knife or something sticking in its chest. Another kitchen knife. Well, we'll take it. So there we go. Got an extra weapon. Alright. Okay, who we got down here? We got a couple zombies. Looks like one of them's got something stuck in them as well. Yep. Yep. The one in the dress has got something stuck in her thigh. See if we can't thin these out a little bit. Okay, that one's down. There you go. That one's down. Come on. Fall back down, please. Come on. There we go. Alright, nothing we care about on the first one. And what did the second one have? What was it? Screwdriver. And we'll take the screwdriver with us, just in case we need it for something. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Alright, this one had a knife. We'll take the knife. Put it in the back. There you go. That's why you gotta check. Sometimes you'll forget things. And that's something I cleared out previously when I was being chased in bulk the other day. Alright. Nothing of interest in any of them that I really care about. This is where I found the van. It's like right over here. When I have gasoline van coming back for you. I can hear him. Where is he? Where are you? There you are. I was going to say I heard a zombie. I am intentionally killing like this one or two stragglers I find in the area. Just to make my journey back out of this area easier, if possible. I'm going to have to start carrying more food with me. How's my weight doing? My weight is still plummeting after eating all that food. Wow. Oh, got somebody following me here. Oh, there goes that weapon. Not my preferred weapon. There we go. Alright, how's that doing durability-wise? Yeah, not great. Alright. That's a lot more than I'd like to deal with. Real quick map. So actually, we'll head over to the next street. Yes. You know, we're just going to end up with a large group following us. It's fine. We're just ignoring the locals. They're not real. If we don't give them a hug, they can't hurt us. I'll just do a little sprint. See, it's all perfectly fine. Definitely fine. It's definitely not a huge pile of man-eating zombies chasing us right now. Hey guys, how y'all doing? There we go. See, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just a huge horde of zombies down here. You know, now wandering with us through the streets. Oh, we found a farmer. Or someone dressed like a farmer anyways. Hope we're not living at his house. No, stop that. I don't want a hug. Y'all gotta learn some respect. I'm not here for hugs. There we go. Alright, so we made it past this area. So it's down in this area, I think. Yeah, it was down past this that we're trying to get to. Quit panicking. As long as you just don't look back, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't look at that large collection of, you know, blood-covered zombies ahead of us. Right there. It's fine. There we go. See, you made it around them. Just fine. Just fine, bud. There we go. Actually, I kind of wanted to go this way, didn't I? There we go. Alright. Because it looks like what I'm wanting is kind of over here behind these houses. So let's go like hop this fence back this way. Cut through. I shouldn't walk through the bushes. There we go. It looks like I can actually just walk through these trees over here to whatever this is. Let's not run into the tree. We're going to get along this fence line. And over to the road here, I think, is the goal. This is dangerous, though. But it worked out. Alright. And I think we've lost most of the zombies. There's still a few here. We got a convenience mart. Zombies. A gently used store. This looks like a clothing store. A Zippy Mart. Yes, Zippy Mart. Oh, is this a... Oh, it's a Pizza World. Like, you know, Whirlwind. Pizza World. It's kind of awesome, actually. I like that. Okay, alright. Don't break down my shops. I want to come back here and salvage stuff. Unfortunately, none of these were a gas station, though. That zombie... See, that one wants the pizza. He understands. Don't eat people. Eat pizza. I mean, the good news is, with all this rain, it's easy for us to kind of double back on them a little bit. Alright, so those are all closed. It's still more than I want to go deal with over there, following me around. Well, what we'll do is we'll head north now here, well, towards my upper right corner here on the screen along this road, since this seems to be kind of a commercial district along this road here. Maybe we'll find something up this way. Again, the goal is to find a gas station of some sort today. Because once we find one, we can then start figuring out how to do it. Add me, hit up on Discord to join your live stream whenever you are joining. Whenever you are streaming, my Discord name is. Huh. Okay, well, I'll think about it. I also have a free Discord for people to join if they want to join, so. It's in my YouTube description. There we go. Come on. There we go. Let's just dodge around these. So we got like a little community park thing here. Let's try and get past these guys real quick. Alright. That's a huge herd of zombies there. Alright. And for people curious, I am streaming to both Discord and Twitch, so if you don't see, you know, chat comments in one of the chats, that's probably why. It's probably in the other one. So, just FYI, folks. Yeah, let's see here. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like maybe a small school or something. It had a little playground behind it. Wait. Oh, that's just a sign. I was like, is this a gas station? It's the Slurp and Burp. I'm not sure what the Slurp and Burp is, but sounds interesting. Looks like a little store, maybe? It's like a little convenience store looking thing. Oh, we found the gas station. It's right here. It's right here. Unfortunately, I can't check the pickup truck because we got a little bit of a herd. Alright, But we found the gas station, so let's head back north. And get away from all these zombies. This is going to be a heck of a mission to get down here and get the gas, though. Did I lose them? No, there's still one following me. There's more than one following me. Okay. And I'm not armed with a weapon I'd prefer to fight multiple zombies with right now. Alright, we're just going to cut north along this lovely sidewalk as if it's still civilized out here. Yeah, it is like a little daycare. That's what that is. Neat. Not particularly useful to us, but neat. Hello, zombies. How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all dressing nicely and coming out in this weather to hang out with me. I hope y'all wore your walking shoes, zombies. We're going for a walk. I'm going to pause for just a second, folks. Give me just a second. Give me just one moment. Alright. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. There we go. I was just taking care of something on the computer there. Alright. I'm glad I turned this down for y'all, because this rain is quite deafening to me. I need to turn my in-game volume down, I think. Oh, goodness. How many zombies I got? Yeah, guys, still got quite a herd. Oh, there's one right there. Almost got me. Almost got me. Ooh, there's a trailer. If we get the van up and running, that trailer might be nice to have. We can really get some loot that way. The real trick's going to be getting back to our base without pulling every zombie in the city to our base. We're going to have to get a little tricky about it. Alright. Yeah. Ooh, that one's got a messenger bag of some sort. How's it looking? That one's just wandering off. Didn't even care that I was there. Alright. I'm fine with that. Alright, zombies. I hear y'all. Moan, grumble, grr. Yep, yep. What we'll do, because we're getting to the end of the street here soon. And we're going to have to avoid that group. Because again, I don't have a good weapon for lots of fighting right now. Oh, that one's got a duffel bag. I want the duffel bag. Duffel bag, good. No. Alright, so we're going to head this way a little bit. I'll hop this fence real quick. Yep, I know, we're tired, we're sore, we're scared, and the zombies have apparently headed us off at the pass. But unfortunately for them, I hop fences better than they do. Alright. Now. Hopefully we've lost them in the forest a little bit. Wow, they stayed on us pretty well. Look at that. That is annoying, actually. How many of them? Alright, this is going to be dangerous because I have to thin this herd. Come on. Come on. This really makes me wish I was going for like a spear build. Alright, let's back up. Get us a little bit of space. Because they're getting too bunched is the problem. They're getting way too bunched together. Until I thin them out a bit, this is just going to be a problem. I want one. I want another one. The old backpedal and fight. And another one. Okay. Alright. I think these are all done. My goodness. There we go. Whew. Alright. My goodness. How bad is this? This knife is like done. Good lord. Alright. Does any of them have anything on them that I care about? Alright. What is that back there? Something on the road here. What is this? A shower cap. Ah, yes. Just what I needed. Alright. Let's get over to the house here. Hop the fence a little bit. Go clean ourselves up after our harrowing adventure. I'm just going to drop that. I don't even need that. Alright. And we still got some water left, but not much. Alright. Well, we've made it when we found the gas station. It's way out of the way. We still don't have the gas can to get said gas. But I imagine there's one at the gas station if I can clear the area. Long enough to let me search it. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Let's just wash everything we can. Alright. All the containers. Get all this blood on rain off of us here. All of our clothing. Get cleaned up a bit. Yeah, we're drenched. We're going to get cold and sick. We're exhausted. We're hungry. Man, our character's had a rough day. Very little payout. At least we're getting dry, slowly but surely. Let's see if we can't find a towel. So one of the things about this game is you can use a towel to dry your character off, which is really good. Keeps you from getting sick. Let's see if I actually have one over here. Towel. Towel. Hello. Okay, welcome. Let's see here. Right now we're seeing if my character's got a towel to dry off. It doesn't look like I have one here. I'll go ahead and finish washing him up, though. Get all that stuff off of him from fighting the zombies on the long road to and from the gas station. Alright. I just realized, it looks like his pants are kind of tore up. I'm going to have to do some tailoring. Alright. And drink. And refill the water. There we go. I'm taking advantage of the fact that we currently still have unlimited water. So I've been filling up pots and pans. Alright, let's see what we can do food-wise for our character who's had a rough day. He's had some salads. Let's see about making him a stir-fry. Yeah, we'll do the sausage in the stir-fry. That'll be good. Why didn't we make this sausage? Can I put this back in the fridge? Create stir-fry. I wonder why it didn't let me use the sausage. How about the salami then? That was weird. It let me select the sausage the first time. Yeah. Well, we'll just use lots of this salami then for meat, I guess. Game being weird today. Alright, let's see here. We'll add some of these mushrooms. Mushrooms go well in a stir-fry. And we'll add some rosemary. That'll be nice. 20 shrimp. If I had the shrimp, man. Actually, I should have some shrimp. Don't I have some shrimp somewhere I found? No, I don't. I used them all previously. That's right. I ran out of shrimp. Otherwise, I would. General efficiency. Otherwise, I would. But I got some onion powder. I found some onion powder. We're seasoning up this stir-fry. It's going to be the best salami stir-fry ever. At least that's what I'm going to tell my character as he cries over it. And we'll add some wild mallow to help fight off this cold that we're probably going to get from being soaking wet. Let's see here. A little bit of lemongrass to help with digestion for this salami-based stir-fry. And a little bit of vinegar seasoning. Why not? There we go. Yeah, it's not the happiest stir-fry in the world. But how you doing tonight there, General Efficiency? You having a good night? No. It's night for me, anyways. Oh, by the way, I finally got monetized. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm actually pretty excited. I finally got monetized officially on Tuesday. YouTube was finally like, oh yeah, you're a gaming channel. Yeah, you can be monetized. It's like, oh, thanks, YouTube. Glad you figured that out. So, if you all see ads, sorry. I'm supposed to get notified when it's going to do ads. And when I get those notifications on these streams, I'll make sure to let people know, but I haven't seen them pop up, so. I'm going to have to look into what's going on with that. Still figuring all that out. Doesn't affect you Prime, folks. If you got YouTube Prime, yeah, you don't have to, or whatever, Premium, whatever them kids are calling it these days, where you pay for the service. Yeah, then you don't have to worry about ads. But anyways, everyone else having a good day out there? I hope y'all are. I'm having a good day hanging out with you all, and streaming, and playing some Project Zomboid. One of my favorite survival games. It's weird. I don't know if you... I guess it is technically a survival game. It's like an apocalypse survival game. Zombie survival. I guess that's just what we call it. Zombie survival game. There we go. Alright. What are the stats on this, actually? Let me look at the stats on that. Yeah, alright. Not too bad. 22 hunger. Fixes some boredom. Fixes some unhappiness. A little bit of thirst. I mean, it's probably not enough to really sort our whole thing here. It's survival until the game decides to kill you for a silly reason. Yeah, you're not wrong. Or until you do something like me and you're just like, haha, I'm gonna fight this zombie. No, not give the zombie a hug. What are you doing? Like, that's usually what happens to me, something ridiculous like that. Alright, so the stir fry was not quite enough to top off our hunger, because our character has become like some sort of bottomless pit here. So we're gonna make a ham salad. Alright, let's also add some bread to that. Get a little carbs with that ham. Let's add some violets that I found earlier. And we'll also add this carrot. Carrot goes nice in salad, in my opinion. Honestly, I'm just going to add, like, everything, but me personally, I'd be drowning out alcohol since every character I've ever had lately is alcoholic. Yeah, I understand. I've actually found a surprising amount of alcohol in this playthrough for this character. Like, I found in one of the last houses I went to earlier in the stream, I found like 2 bottles of wine and a full bottle of whiskey. And it's just like, all right, these people were ready for the apocalypse and then just died, I guess, and didn't get to drink their saved up resources. Yeah, I mean, left it for me, so I guess cool. Alcohol weight is easier to handle than food weight. Really? I wonder if I should do that to, like, try and fix my character's weight, because I am still, like, losing weight badly. There we go. Let's just eat all of that. Like, my character's already low weight now. Even though he's eating, like, 2 full, like, good meals a day. And I mean, like, high-calorie meals where it's like you're stuffed, kind of a thing, so. Alright, there's that. That's all good. We leveled up in cooking again, which is nice. Allows the creation of more nutritious and delicious food. Cool. To be fair, you can be quite prepared for the apocalypse until it's airborne in the 90... Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, if we get 1%, it's basically in-game. In the real world. If we were to somehow end up, like, getting pushed down to 1% of our total population. That would be very unfortunate for humanity. That is Zomboid? Okay, I didn't know if it was, like, 1%. That part I didn't know. But then, I haven't super deep dived the lore in a while, but it makes sense. Because I knew it was a very small percentage that was immune to the airborne strain. Because you're not immune to the saliva strain, or blood strain, you're just the airborne. It probably doesn't help that I'm doing burpees every day. My character's weight, if I'm honest. There we go. All right. Exercise done. Primary. Where? Whip. Primary. We're in the front. Secondary. There we go. Yeah, small batch Kentucky residents and every other slight pocket lint-sized cell of survivors here and there. Makes sense, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. It does. Also makes me excited, though, for when they do add the survivors as NPCs to the game. I can't wait to see them do that. Alright, there we go. We've survived another day, woke up at noon. Good lord, our character was tired from yesterday's adventures. Alright, so let's look at the map and see how far away this gas station is. The gas station's here. That's where we eventually found the gas station, and we're all the way up here. So we gotta get all the way through, basically, the heart of town to get to the gas station right now. I mean, we can always go exploring a bit and see if we can find another one further out. Sometimes you'll find them on these main roads near highways. but I'm just not sure that's going to be super successful. Let me mark that. We're going to go here. Actually, hold on. Let's see here. What's a good sign for the gas station? Boop, boop, boop. Why do I keep hearing gunshots in the game? Game, you're just trying to kill me. That's what's going on here. Rock? You think rock is good for gas station? That's probably not a bad idea. Got tree. Got tent. Animal marking. Do I really not have a rock? I have water. I have Z for Z. We'll just do an X. We'll do the classic X. There we go. Alright. Alright. Oh. Come on. Yeah, there we go. We'll just hit close. There we go. That cleared that off. But there we go. Alright, so that's done. Oh, man. I'd love like, that'd be super handy in this game, having the 4-color pin. But now I gotta go check the yard, since we had a gunshot event. Hold on. Make sure that I didn't draw any zombies over. Yeah, not seeing anybody. Stick our head out the back door here. Zombies? Alright. Well, that's handled. Now let's grab my whetstone here, because I need to sharpen my knife here. Knife. More. Okay. I guess I have to grab the whetstone first. Yeah, there we go. Sharpen blade. Alright. Yeah, no. Did you ever have one of those, like, 8-color, like, super pins from, like, back in the day? That it was just, like, this big, like, bulky, half-inch to inch thick pin that had, like, 8 or 12 colors in it or whatever. Did you ever have one of those, General Efficiency? Those things were just crazy. Yeah, I had one as well. I don't know what happened to it, but... Why can I not... Do I have to... I have to unequip it, don't I? Unequip. Now can I sharpen it? No. What about here? Sharpen blade. It's going to let me sharpen the scissors. Okay, let's move away from the tools. Why can I not... I'm so confused. Can I not sharpen the knife? Hold on. Repair. Sharpen blade. Yep. Possible items. Let's see here. Large knife. Large knife. Yep, there it is. Large knife. What? Okay. Okay. But why no sharpen this knife? I wonder if it's in too bad of condition. I think that's it, actually. It cannot be trusted around. The alcohol sash should be gone within 2 game saves. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I get it. Yeah, I think I just can't fix this. Alright. Well, what we'll do is we'll come back over here. And we'll just keep practicing our sharpening then. I think this gives us maintenance XP. Hang on, Palato's Christmas type knife condition. Yeah. Yeah, that knife is in bad shape. Let's see here. Yeah, so it does get maintenance XP. All right, well, I'm going to sharpen everything in the cabinet then. We're just going to keep sharpening knives. So when I was still a Boy Scout, one of the classes I taught to the younger scouts was like the knife care and knife handling classes and stuff. And I used to spend hours every day like sharpening every knife in reach just to teach the kids how to properly sharpen and care for knives. Because that was one of the things they had to learn before they were allowed to like actually have their own pocket knife and stuff to carry around as a tool. And like I learned like this is the correct angle that you should hold your knife at. This is the way you should, use your stone. These are the best sharpening stones if you can get them. All that fun stuff. Got weirdly obsessed with it for a while. And then there's the one knife I can never sharpen, which I still have. It's also the first knife I ever finished making as a blacksmith, by the way. I tempered it so I tempered it so well that I slightly carbonized the outer layer of the iron, which is where you effectively end up with the crystals of carbon that developed in the steel which is what makes iron into steel, on the outside of it. So you kind of end up with this very, very fine layer of carbon on the outside, which is great for hardness. Terrible for trying to sharpen a knife, though. Because your file or whatever will just skid off the surface instead of sharpening. There's a random tidbit for people that I'm sure we're curious about. Random tidbits. Yeah, we're just going to drink this wine carton. There we go. Wow, that actually fixed our character's problems right up right there. Alright, well, let's get him proper meal here. We're going to make him a salad while he's drunk. That's how you play Project Zomboid. Don't quote me on that. This is a lot like how you play Vintage Story, Temporal Storm? Clearly just drink the entire wine cask. Okay, let's use up these stale vegetables here. Alright, what else we got? What else we got? Some of this mallow. Some thistle. There we go. I'll use up this cabbage a little bit. There we go. Right. Some mayonnaise for salad dressing. Let's see, what else we got? A little bit of mustard. And then we'll get some cheese on there, too. Anyone else like cheese in their salad? I love cheese in my salads when I have a salad in real life. As long as it's not like a fruit salad. Sorry. Just, There we go. Let's just eat all of that. Oh yeah, the Riverside Alcohol Store. I forgot about that place. That one's also kind of on the outside of town, so it's actually not like a bad spot to hang out if I remember correctly. Or am I thinking about the, There's another one that's also pretty good. It's in one of the towns. It's kind of like out of the way a little bit. It's not too bad. It's a good, like, place that you can fortify. I've been staying at the Riverside Bar and seeing how long it lasts. Fair enough. I mean, it's a valid tactic. Alright, let's see if we can't do... Let's take a look at our clothing, because I think some of our clothing's gotten a little torn up. Yeah, like this is looking bad. Alright. 2 weeks, and a half is the longest so far. That's honestly not bad. I've heard of a lot worse. Let's grab like half of those. Where's my needle and thread? There's some thread. We'll grab this one. And my needle. Needle. Where are you hiding, needle? There it is. Cool. Alright, so let's patch that with leather. This jacket is just not going to last much longer, is it? Can I, like, improve it at all? No. What about this? Let's inspect this. Oh, here we go. We'll add leather patching saw. If you do make a PZ server, I'd probably be driving around half drunk and throwing Molotovs out of my Ford pickup truck. Oh, great. You're going to be playing as... So, I actually used to run a PZ server, a Project Zomboid server, for some of my holes, or for some of my friends, I mean, back in the day. And I had another friend that kind of lived by the same sort of mentality. He was fun to play with. But at one point, he was also one who went through so many characters, though, because of the way he played the game. Like, so many characters. And, like, one time he got bitten and came back with, like, a load of stuff from town, basically. It was just like, yeah, so I've been bitten. You know, it's still fresh. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to last. And so we basically, you know, kept him around for a couple days in-game. And then we kind of had a little going-away party for him where we, like, you know, got him, like, drunk and stuff in the game. And then we kind of sat around out in the yard, and then we old yellowed him. It was like this strangely, like, messed up and yet also sort of heartwarming, like, experience and thing. We were just, like, saying goodbye to this guy's character. It was super weird. Interesting, but weird. Like, alright. Anything else I can patch? What about these socks? How are my socks doing? I can patch the socks. We're gonna add leather patches to all the socks. There we go. These are gonna be the most uncomfortable socks ever. Look here, you know. Just remember, it's just extra pork flavor. That's all. It's fine. Why did we not patch this one? There we go. Alright, how are we doing on... Are we actually making any tailoring levels here? Is my tailoring actually improving? Ever so slight. Oh man, it's such terrible XP. Did you add more chicken flavoring this time? Oh, goodness. Goodness. Alright, let's throw that back in there. Cool. Now we've kind of patched up everything we can patch up there. There is ramen in PZ. I don't know if you can, like, make proper ramen. But there's, like, ramen noodles you can get. So I'd assume if there's dry ramen noodles, you could theoretically make ramen. Actually, let's check. Let's check. Let's check the recipes. I don't know every recipe, but we'll see. Because I did level up my cooking recently, so that should have unlocked more recipes. Let's see here. Divide food, biscuits, something, something. Make bowl of beans. Make brain tan. You know. For people who don't know, that's brain tan. It's a way of tanning leather, if you don't know. Let's see here. Open jar, open can. Prepare squid calamari. Let's see here. Prepare cake, hot dog. Mashed pumpkin. Pear biscuits. Now, there may be a ramen recipe, but I don't know it. Like, I know sushi. I can make sushi, apparently. Be nice if I had some fish. Because I have vinegar. Well, no, I don't have rice vinegar. So that doesn't actually work. I could make sushi. Okay. Alright, looks like the rain's finally died down a little bit, so let's see here. Where do we want to go now? Actually, what time is it in the game? Oh, God, it's late. We don't really have a lot of time. Okay, so we'll head up towards this northern farm a little bit, do a little foraging, just to kind of burn the rest of the daylight hours while the rain's letting up here. Wait, are these actually, like, full of water? I think I've managed to fill 2 graves full of water. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too, especially because I think instant ramen is in the game. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen instant ramen in the game. So, I'm not sure either about that general efficiency, why it's not in there. It could just be my character doesn't know it, because there's a lot of recipes my character doesn't know yet. I haven't found much in the way of cooking books for recipes. What do we have here? I found a rock. That's what I needed. Oh, what's this? What's this? It's a cricket. Also known as emergency food. By the way, I've been taught in real life the proper way to eat crickets. Ooh, we got cilantro. I don't intend to ever eat crickets in real life. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I have eaten cricket in real life. But it wasn't like in the form of a cricket. I've used cricket powder before. Which, if you're a bodybuilder or someone in that kind of field, you may be familiar with it. It's like a protein powder. But you can use it like a flour in baking, which is what I used it for. To add some protein to some stuff I was baking. But if you want to eat crickets the proper way, you have to take the legs off before you, when you cook them and stuff. The whole thing. You learn a lot of weird skills as a reenactor. I do not remember inviting you all to this party. Zombies. And I don't really have too many extra weapons right now. So I better be able to get it done with this knife. Oh. I should really make a spear for this. Come on. There we go. The knife lived. We're gonna cut that up. Just because I need some more leather anyways. So that kind of actually worked out. What about other zombie? You got anything interesting? You got a denim shirt, which is alright. Not what I'm looking for. How's my knife looking? How's the knife looking? Yeah, it is not sharp anymore. It's interesting that zombies have moved back into this area up here, though. It means we have to be more careful than I thought. Because I've cleared that area out previously a bit. Let's go up this way, then. We got a little bit of daylight left. What we got over here? Oh, we got some more lemongrass. That'll be good. Throw that in the container there. Oh yeah, let me also put these leather strips here in my suitcase. That's where I carry my... That's where I put, like, the kind of heavier crafting supplies. What we got here? Oh, we got some acorns. Acorns are actually a pretty good food group. You can roast them and grind them and use them as kind of a flour. A friend of mine who's a Native American taught me that. Got some more wild thistle. I saw something over here. There it is. It's a branch. We will take the branch. The branch is useful. Branch is good. Matter of fact, I think I can actually start working on maybe making an axe, finally. Start working on some of my napping skills. Got some more lemongrass. There it is. So, lemongrass... Oh, here we go. Got some more wild cabbage. Perfect. So, lemongrass in real life is used to help settle stomachs and stuff, by the way. That's a real thing. In case you didn't know. Some people may not know these things. Herb lore is not really a common practice much these days, you know. People don't really go out and forage for medicinal herbs too much. Yeah, we got some scrap aluminum. I'll take that. I don't think I left anything of great value in here. Oh, right. This is the place with, like, all the, you know, stuff for doing, like, car repairs and stuff. Actually, let me go back to that steel bar. No, it doesn't generate XP. Okay, never mind. I was like, wait a minute. The steel bar counts as a one-handed bashing weapon. That's what I've been training mostly. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't grant XP. What do we got here? We've got some chamomile. Sweet. Excellent for making teas that help calm the nerves. Come on, let's find some food in here. Wow, just nothing in this field of crops. Oh, wait. Here's something. What we got over here? Thistle. We'll take that. What do we have here? Tomatoes. Perfect. There we go. That was a good find. More of that, please, game. Oh, what do we have here? Dandelions. Dandelions are also a good food source. So my grandmother obviously lived through, like, the Great Depression and all that. And so one of the things she used to eat as a kid was, like, dandelion salad and stuff. And so, yeah, that was one of the things I learned about from her. What we got here? Wild mushrooms. Hopefully these are not the poisonous ones. They don't look poisonous. My character does have the ability to determine if a mushroom or berry is poisonous. It's super handy. That is one of the best builds in this game for, like, doing the more forest type runs. Starting off with herbalism, so you know if something's poisonous or not. Otherwise, you have to find a book to teach it to yourself. Alright. Anything left? We gonna get anything else on this row? Any other goodies? Oh, we got some sticks. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find anything else on this row. But that's fine. We still found a decent amount of food for a little short, like, foraging trip. There we go. Okay, close this up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, these are the non-poisonous mushrooms. And the main problem with these foraged foods that we're getting here is they're not super calorie dense. Which is probably why we're also losing weight. Like, we're already down to 72 kilograms. That's pretty low. I will say, though, I think it's a European developer making this game, if I remember correctly. Their interpretation of Kentucky is not bad. It's not crazy far off. You know. Granted, I've never spent a lot of time in Kentucky myself, even as an American. Like, you know. We got some decent maintenance XP going. It's just tailoring XP that's going to be tough to level. Okay, so you did some research, and apparently there's a dry ramen noodles, but no, like, instant ramen. Welcome, Melina. How's it going? Alright, we're almost home. We pushed it kind of late tonight in game. Alright, so let's go make a little food for our character. And then do our evening routine. Oh yeah, let me clean the knife before I use it to cook. There we go. I'll worry about that later. We can always wash up in the morning. There we go. So let's see here. First things first, let's offload all of our cold stuff that needs to be kept fresh. There we go. Well, that can go in there. It probably would be a good idea to get a separate knife to cook with. The only reason I'm even using this knife as a weapon right now is because my primary weapon broke earlier. I just haven't replaced it yet. Because this knife is also on its last legs anyways. Like, you can see its condition is just awful. But it is what it is for the moment. Because I do actually think I have a knife over here for cooking anyways, I think. Yeah, see, like, I actually have a kitchen knife over here for cooking. How long do I think Blazewing would survive in Project? I think he'd survive about 5 minutes. And then he'd get frustrated and run away. That's my professional opinion there, general efficiency. You know. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a good kid. He's good at playing the games that he likes. Most of the time. You know, he could always do a little bit better, but, you know, he's working on it. Oh, you can add cilantro seeds as seasoning. Interesting. But Project Zomboid, just the mechanics of it, he would struggle with a bit. Now, he could figure it out in time. 5 minutes, gets bits, dies, and goes back to playing Roblox or whatever the youngin's playing. Yeah, probably. Or he'd go play some more, like, you know, Empyrean Galactic Survival. He loves Empyrean Galactic Survival, and that game's not easy either. I mean, it's not super hard, but it's not easy. Well, let's add tomato. Tomato would be good in this. Add one of these mushrooms, too. There we go. A little bit of chamomile. How people in the server even have? Actually, I think I think a fair number of them. I know Bacon does. I know Kinwaz does. I think Rackinith does as well, and I'm pretty sure Honkfather does too. and my wife does. Um, I think most of us actually haven't. The only one I don't think is Kitsune has it, and obviously Blazewing doesn't have it. I've never bought it for him. Not that I couldn't. I'm just gonna eat that. But yeah, we can do that. That would actually be, that would be an interesting stream. Just do a like, all right, how long can my community survive in this Project Zomboid server that I've set up for them? Sure. We will schedule a time to do that. I will happily run that as a community event because that would actually be fun, and I'd actually probably even grab a few other people just for that, just for fun. Because I can think of a few other players who are friends of mine that would absolutely hop into that challenge of like, all right, I'm going to set a timer and, see how long everybody lasts. All right, I'm going to put this file in here too. And scrap aluminum. Yeah. Yeah, but... I would even probably consider adding a couple mods for that just to make that more fun and more interesting. All right. There we go. Cool. That's all put away. Let's go put away this leather real quick. Let's toss those in there. And throw away, put my cricket in here. Got to keep my crickets fresh, Anyone else actually store crickets in the fridge for fishing? I have. It's a real thing. Character's tired. I think I'll just put our character straight to bed. There we go. How are we doing health-wise? Still losing weight. At least we didn't sleep till noon today. Alright. Now we can actually make some progress and go out and explore a bit. I definitely think I want to kind of push up this direction. Because with there being some farmhouses up here, I feel like we could find some more stuff. A few times I set up base before quitting because there's no one else around to mess with. Mindset has been to have some ridiculous outfit to wear around when there's no Zeds near. That's fair. I've seen a lot of people do runs where they try to get like the full Spiffo outfit and do like a Spiffo run where you play as Spiffo. Alright, let's see here what we got. What are we gonna do for breakfast today? For breakfast today, we're gonna treat ourselves to a special treat. We're gonna have this granola bar. Well, no, the granola bar is actually very important. We'll keep that for later on. I have these pork rinds. Nice unhealthy breakfast of pork rinds. I can thresh this. I've never threshed wheat before. There we go. Do I get agriculture XP for that? No. I mean, we got some wheat seeds. What can I do with this? Can I, like, do a crafting recipes it's using? I can mill it into flour if I have 12 of them. That's rough. Alright, how many seeds did I get for one thresh? I got one thing of seeds. Oof. Oof. I think I have some wheat seeds in this, actually. Welcome. See some more people joined. Alright, let's grab these wheat seeds. And move all these seeds over to my seed box. Any other seeds in here? No. Okay, perfect. Alright, once we drop these seeds off, we're going to go head north here. Let's go exploring here. How's our water? Need to top off our water before we head out. Fill water. Done. Alright. Let's... Actually, do I have any extra weapons I want to take with me? Anything I want to use as a weapon? No, I want to save the wrench. Wrench is important. Shovel's important. I could use the tire iron. It's my primary weapon. Let's do that. Yeah. Right. Let's equip that primary. There we go. Alright. Tire iron. There we go. Alright, let's go head up here towards this northern farm. And we'll clear out any zombies that have kind of moved into the area. As we move up. Anybody out around out here? Not seeing anybody. Now, I got real lucky. This building over here's got like everything you need to start kind of your initial blacksmithing setup. It's up like a forge. I think it doesn't have a forge. I think it's got like everything else that you need. Yeah, it's got like the file sets, propane stuff, welders. I think... No, this isn't the one. There was one, though, that had like all the blacksmithing gear. Alright. Let's see here. It might be the one over here next to this church, actually. They had a lot of... There's really good tools in it. There we go. Oh yeah, this is one of those houses I never finished. Like, I just looted the other day. Good zombies, y'all stay over there. You know, I think they noticed me. Oh, that one's got a knife or something in their chest. Okay, those two got lost. That's fine. Oh, they figured it back out. Do you know they're releasing Poker Night at the inventory on Steam? Huh. No, I did not. I think you got them all. It was a knife. That's what that zombie had. Oh, we could get a friendship bracelet. A broken acoustic guitar necklace. No, nothing else. Alright, get them all? There we go. Fishing magazine. I saw a zombie back there. Actually, how's this car? This car is actually like in near perfect condition for car in Project Zomboid. Again, same problem of no gas. Nothing in the trunk, though. Let's see if it's unlocked. Let's see if it's unlocked. Nope. Not unlocked. Worth a shot. Yeah, it is a good question of, like, who took the time to do that? You know, because that's kind of like a specific, like, thing. Like, what'd you do? I went and stole all the gas out of all the cars in the neighborhood because I could. There we go. Got an invitation there. No bathroom zombies. Got some bandages. We'll take the bandages with us. Soap. Soap's always good. There we go. Another key. Ooh. Ooh. Congratulations. We just upgraded our shoes. There we go. Goodbye, sneakers. Green marker. Oh, we can get a green marker. Then we can make green lines on the map. There we go. Just what we wanted. Better burger flipping photo album. There we care about. Wait. There's something on the ground here. What is this? Oh, it's just headphones. Okay. Never mind. Nothing of value there. Nothing in the oven. Some rotten bread. We'll take the crackers. Diet soda. Take that. There is a zombie in here. You see that? Sneaky. Come on. Stay down. There we go. Got a knife. Let's take it with us because we can. See? I was like, this is too easy. Feels like there should be a zombie in here. And there was a zombie in here. There we go. Yeah, I know, we're a little encumbered. It's fine. Another knife mug. Ooh, mortar and pestle. Apparently someone made a PZ mod that has medieval gear in it. Actually, mainly medieval themed. Ooh. I would play medieval Project Zomboid. Because it kind of make me think of like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Ooh, we got a lime and a beer. Right, got some canned food here we'll take with us. Empty pan. Notepad, corkscrew. Rotten bread. It's called Medieval Z. Oh, well, I'll have to look into that one. Any zombies? Got some epoxy, bolt cutters, twine. Kind of want the bolt cutters. Got another sewing kit. Oh, yes, we need the all. Fishing net. Fishing line. I take the fishing line. Oh, we are heavily encumbered. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Put this on the floor. Same with this toolbox. There we go. Alright. Sort things out. We'll take the needle. Well, we'll actually just take the thread. I just need the thread. I got needles. Honestly, I don't really need these. I'll take the torch, because I don't have that. I don't have the small file set. There we go. One of the things you gotta start kind of doing with Project Zomboid is you gotta be kind of picky about what you end up taking with you. We've got a basement. Anybody in said basement? There's a locked room down here. Nails. I needed nails. Don't need the battery. Let's do all that real quick. Clean ourselves up real quick. All of our containers and clothes, too, real quick here. Man, you know, this house has been pretty decent find, actually. Still no gas or gas cans, but we still got another room to check here. Because if we can find a gas can, we can start seeing about, you know, doing something about that. I'm giving my character's clothes a little bath just because I hadn't cleaned them up recently, you know. Characters get unhappy wandering around all dirty and stuff. Especially since I've been making him wear like a whole bunch of like patched together armor and stuff. You know, we gotta do what we can to keep his morale up. Oh, now he's getting hungry. Alright. But don't worry, bro, I got you. I got you something you like. Oh, that's funny. Oh, search focus is trash. I was like, wait a minute. Firecrackers considered trash. Like, I was very confused there for a second. Oh, goodness. Okay. How much washing you got left to do, man? What are you still... Okay, you're washing your pants. Alright, fair enough. Shirt. Anything else? Now what are we washing? What are we washing now? The hard hat. Okay. Now what? The boots. Alright, cool. Finally done. Let's fill up our water. Let's drink real quick. We're going to just wash ourselves real quick. That won't take long. Actually, wait a minute. Okay. Still got unlimited water. Perfect. Alright. Now let's go check this other room here. Now we can throw this in the bag there. So we don't need that. Alright. Okay. I was real worried that there's like a zombie in here or something. But no, this is just an empty... Oh! I almost missed these 2 boxes in the back. Hacksaw, propane tank, welding book. We'll take the welding book. And some paint. I don't care about the paint. Alright, so we got some welding supplies here. Anything in the... I didn't check the washer and dryer. Not really. Some socks. I don't need socks. Alright. Cool. It was a neat little house. Let's move on, though. Alright, I was going to feed my character while I was wandering here. Let's go ahead and have some crackers. Gonna have a little lunch of crackers and an apple. There we go. And I'm pretty sure I've looted this house already. But we're going to work our way past it, because I want to see if there's anything up in this area here on the map. Because sometimes these farms have some interesting, like, things stashed away at them. Let's see, there's another house up here. I feel like I've based at this house before. In an old playthrough. Really? Really? Alright, game. And let's say, like, okay. Alright, let's try over here. You gonna let me open this one? There we go. Bathroom zombie? No bathroom zombie. Gotta watch out for the bathroom zombies. Alright. Suitcase. Equip. Secondary. There we go. Alright. Any books of any importance in here? No. Wait, there's something in here. I mean, that photo book would be nice, but this welder magazine, that's actually useful for survival purposes. TV magazine. Wait. Diary. Another word search, also useful for keeping up morale. Some reading glasses. Right. Now let's come in here. Got some more crackers to replace the crackers we ate. That's nice. Microwave, nothing. Got some canned food. There we go. Get those non-perishables. Stock them up while we can. Oh, there's the dry ramen we were talking about, general efficiency. And some more apricots and salt, too. Alright. We got a fresh potato, uncooked. Nothing in the freezer. There we go. Well, this house didn't have much, but had a little bit. Yep. We found ramen. I think you can technically add it to soup in the game. It's not technically ramen, but I think you can put it in like a soup, if you make like a soup. That's a lot of zombies over there. One of them's already dead. What's that over there? Oh, we found a lake. Alright, I'm gonna clear out these zombies real quick. I think we found the river. So we're gonna clear out these zombies. Hit the river area real quick. There we go. So in this game, actually, the tie iron's like my second favorite weapon. I'm one of those crowbar people. My favorite weapon's the crowbar. But I haven't found one yet. You know. Because there's that whole, like, argument in the, subreddit about, spear's better, or, whatever's better, or axe is better. Which, don't get me wrong, axe is super strong. Like, totally done axe playthroughs all the time. Because back before they kind of changed how you made axes, when it was just get a sharp rock, get a stick, and get a torn up rag, back before they made the big crafting change, I would just run nothing but, like, cobbled together axes forever. Oh, there we go, folks. We have found the river. So we can actually do fishing. Also, if we want to be a little cheesy, we could always build, like, a house out over the water that is basically impenetrable to zombies, assuming you wall off your access to shore, but we're not going to do that. But so, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I'm going to work my way back home here, but this is going to be the end of the stream here in just a few minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of last-minute foraging on the way back to the house. Because we haven't really foraged in this area too much. Oh, what do we got? Ah, yes. Glasses. I don't need the glasses. Not what I'm looking for, game. I appreciate the offer, though. Would be cool if we could use them as, like, a fire starter, though. Like, get some conclave glasses. Unfortunately, eyeglasses aren't really designed that way, so that doesn't actually work in real life. Unless you have a very specific, like, prescription. I thought I saw something there for a second. But there are ways to start a fire with, like, the right shaped lens and all that. Only works on sunny days, though. Which is why in a real survival situation, you kind of want to keep your fire going most of the time, even if only, like, partly. Even if it's just, like, a little low fire. Just embers. Because you can actually keep embers going for a long time. Matter of fact, what some people may not realize is, during the days of the Old West, I know General Efficiency and I were talking about the Old West some earlier, I think, in the stream. One of the things people would do... Perfect, we got some barbecue chips. Just a whole bag of chips right there. Is they would carry their fire with them. And you're like, well, how do you carry a fire on a covered wagon? Well, the trick was, you would basically take a metal bucket and dig up the still burning coals and ash of your previous campfire and put them in the bucket. And it's basically, as long as it's kind of just stayed that way, you know, it would keep burning for a good while and stay hot plenty long enough for you to get to your next stopping point the next evening, rebuild the fire, add some more wood to it, and get it going again. Yeah, I don't know who left a bag of barbecue chips out here in the middle of nowhere. You know, we're next to a farm field. It was probably some guy who was eating lunch on his tractor, got distracted or something, and had to, like, abandon his lunch, and then never got back to it. There we go. That's the story of those bag of chips. I've seen enough Clarkson Farm to know that that's probably exactly what happened. Now, to be fair, I don't think any farmer in real life would actually do that, because they're very protective of their farms. And of, you know, and very critical of the person driving the tractor if it's not themselves. Yep, what do we got? What do we got? We got, oh, some more black sage. Perfect. So the black sage is a mild painkiller in the game. Very good for when you like making your character work out and stuff, and don't have things like aspirin. You know. All right. Hop this fence real quick. Oh, what do we got here? We found a tote bag. Amazing. Alright, let's just put it in our inventory for a second. Is it an empty tote bag? It is not an empty tote bag. What's in the tote bag? No, there's nothing in the tote bag. It is just a tote bag. Okay. It's like... Just how much it suddenly increased my weight. I was afraid, like, someone had left a full tote bag on the ground. I was like, wait a minute. Nope. Nope, it's empty. Never mind. What are you doing, cat? My cat is, like, freaking out over there. Alright, we're almost back home, and we're going to end this episode there. Having found the gas station, not successfully gotten fuel from the gas station, but we did find it. And we found a couple vehicles now that are in good shape, including that van. And while, you know, some of those vehicles might be nice to have, I'm mostly focused on getting that van. So, I think next stream we're going to work on clearing a path to the gas station and finding a gas can to get some gas for the van. Now that we have the location of said gas station. And a rough path to get there. Alright. So let's go offload our stuff, and we'll call the stream there. But thank you all for joining me tonight. This is Thalan McRom playing a bit of Project Zomboid, one of my favorite survival games. No, not the alcohol wipes. There we go. And we'll just throw all that there. All this. Lime. Pork chops. That. There we go. All that can go right in there. There we go. And then the ice cream can go in here. So it doesn't go bad on us. Oh yeah, the beer should definitely go in the fridge. Gotta put the beer in the fridge. caffeine pills, corned beef, all that, chips, crackers, dry ramen noodles, the salt. They can go into the dry goods. There, I'll put the diet soda in the fridge just because I like my sodas cold. But thank you so much for joining me, everybody. This has been Thalan McRom, and I hope you all have a great one, and we'll catch you all in the next stream or next episode, whichever you all happen to catch first. So, thank you so much, and you all have a great one.